Hello YouTube, we're back with part 4, which is going to be a 2-week recap because I was slacking. It is what it is, I got busy, and that's just how life goes sometimes. Thankfully, second week was a bit of a deload, so you didn't miss a whole lot. So we're going to jump back to 2 weeks ago, go through the training here, and then we'll be all caught up to date. So, day 1 of that week was log clean and press. 5 sets of 3 with 245. Very light, as we were working up to a 1RM the following day. We then got back into some bench press. We have the car bench press at Manitoba's Strongest Man, and then I have a powerlifting competition in September. And being that I haven't benched in about 12 weeks, it's probably about time to start mixing it back in. We'll use it as an accessory for the last little bit of block here, and then we can roll right into that powerlifting prep with no major concerns. So we hit 335 for a 5x5, very easy. Happy to see that my bench has stayed strong despite not training it this entire time. A little bit of bodybuilding work to chill that out and just to round out the day. That was nice, kind of get the blood flowing. Day 2 of that week was safety squat bar squats. We did 5 sets of 2 with 255, which has been kind of my default volume this whole block, which is very exciting. My squat is feeling very strong despite not being under a barbell per se with a back squat, but really been enjoying that safety squat variation. I've always had good luck with that in the past, increasing my back squat. So again, it's where I'm confident that once we do transition into a powerlifting block, that's going to really carry over well. So looking forward to seeing how that works out following Westerns. Then did deadlifts, 5 sets of 2 with 585. That has again become kind of my base volume. I'm very, very happy with this. Zercher rack pulls, again, I did the 575 that I've been working with. It's just easier to load on the bar. And I did do a couple of runs with it, which is feeling absolutely fantastic leading into comp here. So very, very happy. We then worked up to a log press for a 1RM. I'm very, very happy with this. I did hit 320 pounds, which is the competition weight for Western Canada's Strongest Man. Not the cleanest, long way to go, but I'm confident that with another 6 weeks here of technical work, I'm going to be able to get probably 2 reps on that log. I have started pressing outside now that the weather's cleared up a little bit, and I'm not finding that to be too much of a challenge, too different. So I'm feeling confident that with some more prep and a good taper, I'll be okay with that event. I won't zero, at least, I'm confident. Worked a little bit of circus dumbbell. Again, we have that at Tolstoy for reps, and we have that for max weight at Manitoba's Strongest Man. Obviously, those 2 competitions are not the main focus. The main focus is not making a fool of myself in front of JF Caron at Western Canada's Strongest Man. But I'm still going to train it. It's a pressing accessory. We've been using it as such, and I'm very happy with it. The next day, I decided to drive out to Regina and go to Metal to train with James Jeffers, who was last year's Western Canada's Strongest Man. He was a non-traveling reserve for World's Strongest Man, is my understanding, and overall just an absolute beast of a man, and also Mel Peacock. So I was very intimidated. They were both wonderful people. James, his wife, Melissa, they were all just wonderful, wonderful people. I had a really nice day. We were there for something like 7.5 hours just talking and hanging out and training. So what did we do? Well, we worked up to an elephant bar single. I worked up to 745, and I just missed 800 pounds at the knee. Can't be mad at that, given the fact that I had hit a reverse band single the week prior. Then did some back off work. We did sets of 3 at 655. Again, move well, move clean. I'm very happy that this has become manageable volume, and especially for the first time on a challenging barbell such as that monster bar. We then moved into some yoke carries. We worked up to 900 pounds on just a 30-foot run, which is competition weight. The yoke was quite rickety, and James himself said it was not nearly as stable as the one we will be using at Westerns. And I did find I had a bit of difficulty locating the smaller diameter pad or bar across my back. So we did drop it once, but then I did do it for a full run smoothly. Again, I think with a couple more sessions over the next few weeks, just dialing the technique in, going a little bit heavier, and then having that yoke at Manitoba's Strongest Man around 800 pounds for the same length, I'm very confident that that one's going to go decently well. I'll finish it, at least. We did some speed runs at about 710 pounds. Those moved very, very well. I'm very happy with those. And finally, the one I was dreading, we worked with the Dinny rings. Now, I don't know how Cerberus and Rogue can both make rings that claim to be Dinny replicas. The fact that Cerberus is a UK company and they've been around longer and that the rings look more like the Dinny rings, I'm going to go with their rings being the actual replicas. They look more weathered, worn, as though they were attached to a stone, exposed to the elements for 200 years or whatever. My Rogue rings, I have not been able to get comp weight for more than maybe 6 to 12 feet, and they tear my hands and they hurt. These ones, I was able to take 95% comp weight for very, very comfortable 40-foot runs. So that is a little frustrating because I'm not sure if it's worth continuing to train on my Rogue handles or if I just do farmer's walks and get my grip strength up, or if I just use it as a pain tolerance exercise and just do holds with it. I don't know. I know that the shuffle will require some technique, but I do think that the drive out there was worth it alone for the Cerberus handles. That was a huge confidence booster. I feel much, much better about that event, knowing now that I think on the day I can probably take it for the full 75-foot course. So that's exciting. Very happy about that. Turns out, driving 11 hours in 2 days and training very heavy with a pro strongman and one of the top pro strong women in the world is hard on the body. So we finally took a bit of a deload last week. We dropped back to do some bench. In coach's words, okay, great, bench it is. Why stand when you can lie down? I agree. It was nice to get off my knees a little bit after that amount of driving and that amount of heavy yoke. So we worked up, did 5 sets of 2 with 365. I did one AMRAP set with 5 reps, which again was very comfortable and moved nicely. So very happy with that, continuing on with being content with my pressing. Day 2, just some light safety squat bar and RDLs. I didn't even bother to film anything. I was just so dead at the gym. I really didn't want to deal with the camera on that day. Started the pressing outside as I mentioned, so working back into it, 5 sets of 3 with 245. Just going to start back at that base volume and then we'll kind of ramp up through the rest of the prep here. We got 6 weeks. Again, more circus dumbbell, Tolstoy next week, so kind of prepping into that a little bit. And then yesterday we worked up to a max single. Couldn't do reverse band deads. All of the spotter arms were being used by other people. I don't own the gym, so I'm not going to sit here and tell people not to use spotter arms just because I need to use them. So we just stopped it to go with the elephant bar again. Hit 695 as my last warm-up, and then attempted 760, trying to improve on last week's effort of 745. Unfortunately, I am still learning how to use my straps. I kind of wrapped them a little weird and they started rolling. On my back down work, I experimented with some other styles of wrapping after quick YouTube, and it seems to have dramatically improved. Kind of beating myself up a little bit, can't lie. We did have 2 guys come and pull today, when I'm filming this Saturday, come out and pull 780 pounds and then 800 for 2 on that elephant bar, so it's a little bit of a bruise to the ego. It is what it is, just have to get stronger. They did both do it sumo. A deadlift, I don't really care. Just no excuse, have to get stronger. So, this is what it is. I'm not mad at it. Like I said, if my strap hadn't gone, I think I had that 760, so a productive session overall. So now we're just rolling into the next week. We're now exactly 6 weeks out from Western Canada's Strongest Man, and I feel good. Body weight is still stable. A little bit of a stressful week this week with work. Sleep wasn't what it should be. I did drop a pound or 2. I think I'm sitting about 327 right now. I checked this morning. So it's not the end of the world. We're still feeling very good. Just kind of have to refocus, dial in. We have a long weekend here, so get some good rest in, visit some family, make a brisket maybe, and then we'll get dialed in and back to work. So we'll see you guys back next week. Appreciate you tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that crap, and we'll see you next time.